The tale of missed marks, Mayor Seth Fleetwood's underwhelming tenure in Bellingham. We often hear the term accountable leadership, but how often do we actually witness it? It's time to turn our focus toward Bellingham's own Mayor Seth Fleetwood, whose tenure has been, to put it gently, less than inspiring. Public service is not just about filling a seat, it's about making tangible, lasting impacts on the community you serve. Let's dissect some of the areas where Mayor Fleetwood's administration has failed to meet the high expectations set by the residents of Bellingham. A looming housing crisis, talk isn't cheap. One of the most pressing challenges Bellingham faces is the escalating housing crisis. Mayor Fleetwood spoke passionately about tackling this issue, but what have we seen in action? Rents are skyrocketing, affordable housing options are dwindling, and the city seems to be more hospitable to developers than to its own struggling residents. It's easy to speak of inclusivity and diversity, but these words ring hollow when your policies make it increasingly difficult for lower and middle-income families to make ends meet. Environmental policies, greenwashing over substance. Bellingham is blessed with an abundance of natural beauty, making the environment a significant issue for the community. Mayor Fleetwood has claimed to be a champion of green initiatives, but let's be clear, announcing plans is not the same as implementing them. We need a leader willing to fight for substantive environmental policies rather than someone who is simply adept at greenwashing their lack of action with flowery rhetoric. Public safety, where's the balance? Public safety should be a universal concern, an area where politics takes a back seat to the well-being of the community. Yet, under Mayor Fleetwood, the public safety discourse has been a mixed bag of inefficiencies and divisive rhetoric. We're left asking, where's the commitment to building bridges between law enforcement and the community? Why do we see repeated budgetary allocations that seem disconnected from the public's actual safety needs? Civic engagement, a missing element. For a community to thrive, its residents must feel heard and empowered. However, Mayor Fleetwood's administration has been notably lacking in this regard. Public forums seem more like formalities than genuine attempts to gauge public opinion. Civic engagement is more than just a catchphrase, it's a crucial component of effective governance. If the people don't feel heard, can we truly call it a democracy? The wake-up call, Bellingham deserves better. The issues enumerated here are not trivial, they're fundamental to the well-being and prosperity of Bellingham. We're at a crossroads, and the decisions we make today will shape our community for years to come. The status quo under Mayor Seth Fleetwood has been characterized by a disheartening gap between words and actions, between promises and deliverables. We have to ask ourselves, is this the leadership we want? Do we settle for unfulfilled promises and half-hearted initiatives, or do we demand better? Your voice has power, never underestimate it. As we look toward future elections, let's remember that the first step to change is recognizing the need for it. Bellingham can be a beacon of community-led progress, environmental stewardship, and social equity. But for that to happen, we need leadership that is up to the task. Unfortunately, Mayor Seth Fleetwood has shown that he is not that leader. It's time to think long and hard about what we want for the future of Bellingham. Our community is too vibrant, too diverse, and too full of potential to be held back by lackluster leadership. Change begins with accountability, and accountability begins with us. Bellingham, we can do better, and we must.